Hey sportsmen, John Bergsman here. Hey, we got 5 great reports today. We start off in Lorain during the fall brawl down there in northern Ohio on Lake Erie. Real detailed report. You'll want to watch that one. Muskegon Lake. The Muskegon Lake big walleye trolling bite has gotten going. Captain Brian Beist and Nick Dude are out there. They're having a great time. We're up in Sault Ste Marie because, we've got another week or two of open water fishing in Sault Ste Marie, and we really talk about it this time of year because this 2 weeks is big fish 2 weeks. Then we're going to drop over back into Lake Erie, right there from the Toledo Light over to Lake Erie Shores and Islands to the firing range. Super good perch fishing. Captain Rocco Papandrea and the Walleye Bandit has left his boat in as long as possible. We got a really good warm week coming, which means he's probably going to stay in another week after that to the deer hunt until mid-November. Really good perch fishing report. Ending up with Captain Gene Kervin over in the Tawas region, fishing up on the Au Sable River for some really great steelhead and Atlantic action. Stay tuned, 5 great reports here on Fisherman's Digest. So we're going to start off in Lorain, and Captain Gary and Nicholas Zart from Blue Dolphin Walleye Charters. There are guys from Lorain to Cleveland, and they're fishing every single day except for the extraordinarily windy days. They're going to be out on that body of water all the way till December 1, bringing all those guys who come up for the fall brawl to take them out chartering and with that hopes of winning that first prize, $110,000. So if you're not familiar with the fall brawl, if you aren't in it already, you can't get in. But for next year, it's something to keep an eye on. It's a very fun tournament that lasts 6 weeks. So some detailed sets. Now, they're running a big boat, so a 30-footer, so they're going to run a combination of bandits as well as dipsies off the boat. So the dipsy sets, Captain Gary was good enough to cough them up to us. He's pulling small no-lip bombers or rippling redfins behind big dipsies, and those sets are on braid, are on a 0 set 100 back, on a 2 set 145 back, and on a 3 set 165 back. Little 8-foot leader to your rippling redfin or your small bomber. That's been the ticket. They've been putting loads of nice fish in the boat with that set. Also on the outside rods, on the high lines, they always run a couple, 2, 3 boards aside beyond their dipsies. They've been running 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Those 6 sets seem to be producing lots of nice quality fish, filling up the cooler with anything from 3.5 all the way up to 7-pound fish. The bigger girls haven't come in yet. They've got a few 9s, but looks like right now that fall brawl is stuck at about that 11-pound mark, and they do have 5th place all the way down to 55,000 this year. So there's going to be a few happy campers here on December 2 on Lake Erie. So we're here with Lee from WavePro, and Lee, talk to me just for a second about the functionality. You know, I've had WavePro for 3 years on my boat now, and one of the things I love about it is the fact that it has no bottom end. It seems like the harder you hit a wave, you still never crash your spine on the bottom of that cycle.
Yeah, what we have is an air chamber there, and we're just compressing air to nothing, so the rising rate's just doubling, tripling, and that's why it doesn't bottom.
That's a very, very cool concept. I mean, you know, the other thing is, and the thing I noticed right away coming from a competitor's base, is there was always that sensation on the up that I was going to get almost thrown out of my seat where yeah, it would cushion the down, but it would also kind of make me feel like I'm going to get thrown out of my seat. How is it that WavePro accomplishes not having that feeling? Because I don't have that feeling.
Yeah, we have a hydraulic chamber also. We dampen it with oil and some piston like a snowmobile use, and we're slowing it on the rebound.
So really it's the same thing. It just continues to compress on the down to prevent a bottom, and on the rebound it's just constantly resisting until that rebound is gone.
Yeah, we're just slowing it down with the oil. It's a set how fast it's coming back with the oil passing through orifices and the down. Just think of a motocross bike. Them kids sit on the motocross bike, they sag half the suspension out. You know, but if they go over to jump, the wheels fall out. Same thing in a boat. We're hydraulically slowing you down, going down till the air picks you up, but we're stopping you with the air. That's what keeps you from bottoming. It's also a slowed compression too.
So it's a dual chamber system in there.
A dual chamber, yeah.
All right. Well, hey, I wanted that question answered for all of our loyal followers, because I get a lot of comments. How does WavePro in such a tiny little footprint?
Yeah.
It's nothing bigger than what you'd come in your standard boat. I mean, just the standard equipment that is the base and pedestal to your seat. It's that same footprint, but yet it accomplishes all of this stuff.
Yep.
Hey, I wanted you guys to know why the WavePro is such a superior piece of equipment. Check them out at waveproshock.com, and we'll see you again next week on Fisherman's Digest. So let's come back up across into Michigan. We're going to head up the western shoreline just north of Grand Haven. There's the town of Muskegon, Muskegon Lake, channel out to the big lake. This is an every year month of November event, and Captain Nick Dode from Real Live Action Charters and Brian Bice from To Be Caught, two of the premier charter captains on that body of water, both tell me that bite has started, and it's a big crankbait bite. Now, big crankbaits shallow at night. Right now it started off as a night bite with when I say big shallow cranks, big number 13 Husky jerks. You could pull a P10, which is a Smithwick bait. Custom colors, those come in a lot of custom colors which are really good. Running them 50 to 80 out. A lot of guys throw a snap weight in front of, not a snap weight, a split shot in front of that, just to intercept any floating weeds or anything that's out there. A lot of these guys are starting at dusk and fishing till 1, 2 in the morning and being happy with what they catch, because trust me, when you get one of these on, they are slogs. They are huge fish. A lot of fish, 10, 11, 12 pounds come this time of the year in this night bite. A little bit later, as we push towards past deer hunting and towards Thanksgiving, this bite's going to also happen in the middle of the day. So it's something that you can take advantage of. If you've never been to Muskegon Lake with a good guide, you ought to put that on your thing to do. Give Captain Nick a call or Captain Brian a call, and they can get you out on Muskegon Lake. Hey everybody, John Bergsman here from Fisherman's Digest. We're here today with Michael from FlowFast, and we're here to tell you about an awesome new fuel distribution system that Michael manufactures. Michael, talk to us about some of the finer points of this incredibly convenient piece of equipment.
You know, many boats today hold a lot of fuel, and like this wakeboarding boat back here, they burn through it quickly. You know, whether you have a cruiser, a pontoon boat, a ski boat, fishing boat, or a jet ski, FlowFast makes refueling them safe, it's easy to use, and you can pump up 8 gallons per minute. So this 15-gallon tank here, you can literally empty in less than 2 minutes. A lot of people buy a system like this if your boat holds 30, 50, 70 gallons of fuel, and they buy additional containers. And it's nice to be able to split the weight up, because it gets heavy when you get much beyond 15 gallons of fuel. You know, we make multiple container sizes. Right here is our 15, but we make a 7.5, which will weigh 50 pounds when it's full. A 10.5 will be 75 pounds when it's full. And then a 15, like I said, will weigh 100 pounds when it's full. You know, the cart is made out of solid steel. It has solid rubber tires, and it does break down and stores nicely into a vehicle or into a garage. The product is ultra durable. It's made to last. It's made here in the USA. And it's just a slick system to refuel boats and jet skis and whatnot. So whether it's the marine market, the power sports market, lawn and garden, farm and ag, it just makes refueling safe, fast, and it's easy to use.
Absolutely. The FlowFast system, it's going to be a fixture on our show, but one thing I've learned about it already in just a short time, FlowFast, it's quick, it's convenient, and it's environmentally conscientious. Check them out at FlowFast.com. So we're at Sault Ste Marie, and Captain Ken Smajinsky and Captain Dane Stanaway. This is cold up there right now. Let me just qualify it. It's almost deer season, and but it's the St. Mary's River system, so of course you've got current. So on good days, and you've got a whole week leading into this week's show, where you've got some amazing temperatures in the 60s up in northern Michigan and high 50s in the eastern UP, where the Muskegon Bay and the lower St. Mary's is. That's going to keep this fishery on and open for a good number of weeks. This warm spell alone will slow that onslaught of winter, and it's big cranks, it's big bandits, it's big cranks in general, your favorite ones or whatever. You're working them slow, 1.2 to 1.4 miles an hour. Custom colors are really good on this body of water. It's a really clear body of water. The St. Mary's River is super clean, super clear water. So you're going to fish the area from Muskegon Bay south to the Detour Passage, and there's just any number of gravel bars, humps, little islands in that area where you can fish. You're going to be fishing that 5 to 12 foot break edge. You're going to be trolling big cranks. Big walleyes are all over the place. They're flooding in from northern Lake Huron. They're coming in from all the deep holes in the river. They're starting to set up in the shallower area where there's lots of bait. That's why they come here, to get loaded up. Here's the cool thing, you're gonna encounter big northerns, and I say big, I mean 40 plus inches are really normal in this area this time of the year. They've also got an awesome muskie population in Raber Bay and in Muskegon Bay and in the Detour Pass itself. So whether you're fishing for walleye or northerns or muskies, you're gonna probably encounter all three. Big crankbaits, slow this time of the year, all the way till as cold as you can stand it. And again, give Captain Dane Stanaway a call from Live to Fish Charters or Reel in Time Charters. Captain Ken Smedzinski, both are locals based in Sault Ste Marie. They can take you out. Hey, are you in the market for a small outdoor shed, carport, or small storage building? Visit my friends up at Midwest Steel Carports. They'll travel anywhere in the Lower Peninsula to install your shed or carport for you. Visit them online at MidwestSteelCarports.com. So we're going to probably do our last perch report of the year for Erie Shores and Islands and from the Michigan line to Port Clinton. Captain Rocco Papandrea, Walleye Bandit Charters, who's an awesome walleye charter. If you're looking next spring to get out, give Captain Rocco a call. But this time of year, from basically the late summer, he does a lot of perch trips as well as walleye trips, and he really likes perch fishing. So when you get a charter who really likes to perch fish, he makes it his job to be able to put him in the boat. And as you can see by the pictures, Captain Rocco puts him in the boat. This is probably your last week or 10 days to be able to jump out with the Walleye Bandit, get out there, get on some great perch fishing. You know, they're there, guys. From the Toledo Light all the way to the cans around the firing range, there is lots of good pods of perch. Rocco's been doing good. As long as you get the weather, that's the bottom line. You've got to have light enough winds to be able to go out there and control the boat. So looks like this coming weekend is going to be awesome. Looks like less than 10-mile-an-hour south winds for both Saturday and Sunday, maybe even the second half of Friday is looking good. Had some big winds earlier in the week. But if you can get out there, give Captain Rocco a call. He's got a great setup. He's got a nice big sport craft. It'll keep you safe. It'll keep you dry. He'll put you right on the fish and get you out having a great time. But right now, from the Toledo Light through the firing range, perch in Lake Erie. Are you in the market for a new trailer? For all your trailer needs, big or small, visit Beck's Trailer Superstore on Highway 127 north of St. John's. So last report of the day is a good one. It's from Captain Gene Kervin. Now Gene always takes a little bit of time off right before this river season because I'll tell you what, Gene's a river rat. Over on the Au Sable, he knows his stuff. He's been fishing this body of water for decades, and he tells me that the Atlantics and the steelheads are starting to pour into the river. We've had enough rain now to get that current moving. We've had enough super cold weather at nights to really trigger those steelhead to head up. Looks like the king salmon's about done, which is why those Atlantics and those steelhead are coming up the Au Sable. They want a fast meal. They want to be able to feed on some salmon eggs, but most importantly, they just want to get into that river and get set up because they're going to do some spawning a little bit earlier in the spring of next year. So, how's he doing it? It's really fun fishing. If you go with Gene, he's got a drift boat, and he hot shots and drift spawn. Now, drift and spawn, everybody knows. It's spawn below a bobber, drifting them through critical areas of the best holes in the river. Hot shotting, on the other hand, with wiggle warts and other small, brightly colored baits is really a kick. That's where you set a spread of crankbait rods out, and Gene manipulates the boat to be able to sweep those crankbaits through the holes. And man, when you get struck, they go crazy. Atlantics jumping and flipping, the same with the steelhead. Hot shotting can be a lot of fun. If you've never done it, set up a trip with Captain Gene over there from Calypso Sport Fishing and he's basing himself out of just north of Tawas in the Oscoda area right now, because that's where all of his fishing is going to be done, in that river all winter long. This is a great option. It's fast action. It's great clean fish. If you want to keep one, go right ahead. There's plenty of fish this year, but most of the time it's just about getting into a fish and seeing them go nuts on you. So drift and spawn in deep holes, hot shotting on the edges and in the center of those holes is producing great fish right now out of the town of Oscoda and on the Au Sable River. Hey guys, thanks for joining us again for another edition of Hot Bites Fishing Report. Really guys, make sure you understand we're on TV 52 weeks a year. We're on WOTV out of the greater Grand Rapids area down in Kalamazoo. That's TV 41. That's Saturday mornings at 7:30 a.m. Up in the northern Michigan area, we're on Fox 32, and that's Sunday mornings at 6 a.m. And then all the way up north in the UP, if you're one of my UP followers, we're on Marquette 6, Fox 6 out of Marquette, Sunday mornings at 8:30 in the morning. So really good time slots to catch it. If you're not around, just set your DVR for constant record. Every single week we'll be on those stations at those times, and we're adding new stations in January. So we're hoping to be able to cover the whole state of Michigan by January 1, bringing you great relevant shows about the great state of Michigan.